New screen. I've cracked my phone screen 7 times in less than 4 months. My mother paid $60 plus every time, and I think it's time I take responsibility for my own actions. So yeah, donate. What the heck is poopin', H2Os and Roller Bros, and welcome back to r/dontfundme. We have some absolutely fantastic projects to look at, so let's just jump into this cringe. Vegas vacation! Hello, my name is Chantel. I'm raising money to go to Vegas. Woo! Ha 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 ha, half kidding. I stumbled upon GoFundMe by accident and figured what better way to do a trial run with this website than to have a Vegas fundraiser. My birthday is 12/12, so let's see how this website works. It would mean so much to me if I'm able to raise the money. I feel like this is a classic mistake people make on GoFundMe. You know, they see a project from their friend that maybe gets fully funded, and they're like, can you just make a project on GoFundMe and have people automatically fund it? Like, this is so easy. It's just going to work out. I can go to Vegas. This is awesome. And she's like, let's see how this website works. And this is how it works. You get $2 in 16 months if you don't aggressively push your campaign and have it be something that people really want to fund. And I think this is a good time to point out that a lot of the stuff that's on GoFundMe is worth funding. Like, there are a lot of people trying to raise money for medical expenses or raise capital for small businesses with legitimate plans in place of how to expand or something like that. When I'm looking on GoFundMe for actual projects to put in here that are so obviously not worthy of funding, it's really hard to find them because there are so many legitimate people looking for money for the right reasons. Fund a birthday present, this sweet Audi, £25,000 goal. My kid really wants this car for his birthday. I couldn't say no. Hashtag never say no to your kid. Everyone help me make my kid happy. How about no? I don't think any parent would ever argue that you should never say no to your kid. This is a terrible idea. You can't afford the car. It's too expensive of a car for a kid's first car, in my opinion, and you shouldn't set up your kid for expectations in life like this. That's a sort of problem that's going to occur when you never say no to your kid. They're going to think that everything is going to be handed to them even when they can't afford it. Oh, I just also wanted to point out that the category of GoFundMe that this is listed under is emergencies. It's an absolute emergency that this kid needs a sporty brand new Audi. I had a party and broke my oven, so please help. £300 goal. This is like exactly why I would never have a house party at my house, but there's an update to this one. They created another GoFundMe to try and raise that £300. I can't feed my family for Christmas, £300 goal. My daughter had a party without me knowing and broke my oven. Now I can't feed my family for Christmas. Please help out. It would mean a lot. This is one of the most scummy strategies for adjusting your GoFundMe that I have ever seen. Oh my god. Have you considered maybe cooking something on the stovetop instead of the oven? Like, that would be an easy way to feed your family in this time of need. Stop bullying. Get me some designer to stop bullies. Hello, sirs/ma'ams. The kids at Rich School keep flexing Gucci and Burberry right in front of me. Please donate some money to me so I can get my clout up and get some nice designer to flex back. I'd be grateful for even a couple cents. Thano you. I don't like this. This is like the definition of if you can't beat them, join them. I feel like there are a lot better ways to go about dealing with bullies. I mean, obviously telling someone at your school or just ignoring them or whatever, not feeling the need to become exactly what the people that are bullying you are. I mean, if you get the Gucci, if you get the Burberry or wherever you say that, they're probably just going to make fun of you and be like, oh, you just got this stuff so you could try and fit in with us. Look at this person trying to fit in. Like, I've been bullied before. I know how it works. Like, sometimes if you conform to what you think is going to make them accept you, you end up sticking out even more. And I don't know. I personally found that trying to ignore it and trying to be more self-aware helped me deal with bullies, but I never went to like a rich person school. I never dealt with people flexing. So if you guys out there have any advice for a person like this who feels like everybody's flexing on them and making fun of them because they don't have cool things, let me know what you would do in this scenario. Credit's crap, so I can't get a loan, so now I'm reaching out so my house can be finished before I have another baby. Now, this one is extremely concerning to me. I'm not sure if they're pregnant with this baby or they're just planning to have another baby, but I mean, you look at that staircase, that is clearly not safe for a baby to be around at all, and I know you can keep babies away from staircases, but anyway, this is just not a sign that this house is very safe. So I don't know if they're going for an angle of, my house is currently unsafe, please give me money so that my baby will not injure itself on this dangerous house. But maybe I'm just looking into it too much. And obviously, if this person is not pregnant yet, please hold off on having a baby until your house is safe and your financial situation is a little bit more stable. Alright, this one might be slightly controversial, but I think it's ridiculous. Let me know what you think about it after we read through it. It's payday, y'all, so here's the situation. I've been stressed to the max and in need of cash for some big-time adult costs, so some of you need to pay me for my labor. Let me break it down for you. If you're a white person who's ever positioned me as your only POC friend, you need to pay me. If you've ever thanked me for my story but never paid me for my story, you need to pay me now. If you've ever made a domestic violence joke, you need to pay me. If you're a domestic violence apologist, first you need to get the fuck out, but first you need to pay me. Wait, how can we do two things first? I don't understand that. Also, you'll notice I'm omitting the R word here. It's ridiculous, but apparently you can't even talk about certain things without being flagged for demonetization on YouTube. So let's continue. If you've ever said thank you for the work you're doing but never made a meaningful contribution to that work or the people it affects, you need to pay me. If you've ever called me all of these slurs referring to Hispanic people, you need to pay me a lot. If you've ever assumed I speak Spanish then asked me to speak a language I don't know on demand, you need to pay me. If you've ever asked my emotional labor as a woman POC trauma survivor, you need to pay me. If you don't think Romy and Michelle's high school reunion was one of the top 5 films of the 90s, like, come on, you also need to pay me. If you've ever done any of these things to any black folks / people of color folks, you should pay them. Links in the comments. No? Maybe no. Maybe I'm not going to pay you for all of these things. My least favorite part here is when she says, if you've ever said thank you for the work you're doing but never made a meaningful contribution, like, what? You don't want people to thank you for what you're doing, you just want them to give you money for what you're doing? Also, it seems like you just want money out of all of this. Not once in this statement do I hear you say, oh, you should donate to this thing that helps survivors of domestic abuse. Oh, you should donate to this thing that helps people of color that are struggling. Like, you just want money for yourself. Why do we need to pay you? But as always, that's just my opinion as a white, hetero, cis male, or whatever you'd call me. Let me know what you guys think about this sort of thing. I personally think she should have been promoting some sort of charity and not just her own pockets because she's personally struggling, but I don't know. The amazing trip, 1 year, 50 nations, $100,000 goal. I want to take a year and go to 50 countries all over the world and spend 1 week in each country. I want to experience the different cultures, languages, food, and see the iconic landmarks and buildings in the countries. I also want to be able to document the trip, and if enough money is raised to turn it into a docu-series to share with the world. I want to experience life the way locals do and broaden my worldview so I can be a citizen of the world. $100,000 would be the bare minimum for travel and expenses, allowing about $2,000 per country per week. My major goal would be between $500,000 and $1 million to allow for camera and sound person to come along and make documenting easier. Every penny would help. So I just pulled up his actual GoFundMe project because the Don't Fund Me post only has a screenshot. So we're going to check out a little bit of his video because he's trying to make a docu-series about his travels around the world. So let's see what his video skills are like. It seems like he's made this with the app or the program Animaker. So the project has that generic ukulele music that every single GoFundMe project seems to have in their video, and he just kind of tells us where he's going to go on this trip to film the docuseries, and it just doesn't give me too much faith in his ability to create something if this is the way that he chooses to promote. He doesn't want to tell us what he's going to do or how he's going to do it. He just wants to tell us, I'm going to the Amazon. So for this guy, I would have one main suggestion. I've given this suggestion to people in the past, and since his video, his promotional video, doesn't seem to give us too much insight into his ability to make a docuseries, he listed one of the places that he wants to go as Canada. So I would start off by going to Canada, try and raise money for that maybe, or earn the money on your own and save it up, and make a docuseries about you going to Canada, and then we can decide, based off of that docuseries, if we want to fund $1 million project for you to travel to 50 different countries and make a docuseries about it. Because let's be honest, giving $1 million to a person who seemingly has no experience doing this is a really, really foolish decision. Hey guys, I really need help fundraising for my team. Our goal is to reach $2,000. Please help us. It would mean a lot if you donated. Thanks. Click here to support It Works Global Conference organized by Tribe. So if you haven't heard of It Works, they're a multi-level marketing company or an MLM. I have an entire series on r/anti-MLM that I'll put in a card on the top right corner of your screen and in the description if you want to check that out. But basically, they have distributors that sell products directly to customers, mostly their family and friends, and also try to recruit other distributors through these distributors, almost in a pyramid scheme type way. And my problem with this is the entire goal of MLMs is to sell products to your family and friends, the people in your life, and also recruit these people. So you haven't been able to do that clearly because your team doesn't have an extra $2,000 to go to this conference. So now you're just directly begging your family and friends, the people that you know, for $2,000. Why couldn't you just sell them these amazing products and recruit them into this amazing business opportunity in order to raise the $2,000? Because here's a wake-up call. If you can't do this with the company, I don't think spending $2,000 to go to the conference is going to help you. Maybe you need to sit back and watch a couple YouTube videos on how to be a better It Works distributor like I have, because that's completely free and it will probably help you more than going to this conference. And yes, I've probably watched about a dozen videos on how to be a better It Works distributor just because I think it's fun background noise, and I also think it's really interesting to have some insight into how these people plan to make money with these companies. Here's a blooper for you. So if you haven't heard of It Works, they're a multi-level marketing company, or an MLM, and if you don't know what MLMs are, I have an entire series on the subreddit r/r/r/r/. Okay, so there was one project that I chose not to include in this video because if I'm going to cover it, it's going to be a video of its own, but it's extremely sad. It's this 3D shopping concept that this guy needs $50,000 in order to finalize the program that he's working on. He's already invested $250,000 from his own retirement fund and his family and friends, and I just think it's a completely hopeless project, but he seems like a really nice guy, so it's just an extremely sad topic to look at, but I also think it's really, really interesting. So let me know if you'd like to see that, if you're down for some sad cringe, and maybe me giving some advice to this guy, even though it's going to be very difficult to do. I want to make this video. I do really want to make this video, but it just could be extremely sad. Sorry to go on for too long about it, but let me know if you'd like that. As always, skate on to the best of your abilities. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. Make sure you're drinking more water, and I will see you very soon.